So today we're getting together not only to enjoy the beer and the food, but to learn a little bit about Little Fish. So we have Sean here. So Sean, we came because, again, we are interested in and highly enthusiastic nerds on the topic of clean energy, sustainability. We really want to understand a little bit more about why that is also a tenet of your business. You've from the ground up really built this as a business that cares about how your where your energy comes from, how to conserve it, when you're, from the brew process to the food to the landscape to everything. We see it in everything you do. So I think that's why we're here. We want to just kind of learn more about why you do that, how you do that, and anything you want to share on that topic.
Sure. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I guess I would start by saying what came to my mind when you were talking was, I think part of our tenets as a business is sustainability in all aspects, whether that is environmental sustainability or economical sustainability for our region, for our state, agricultural sustainability, and all of those things kind of all tie together. We're pretty highly influenced, definitely, by many of the other food businesses and other businesses too, but mostly the very local-centric food businesses that came before us for the past 30 plus years. That started with AceNet and Nicasa and so many others. So I just wanted to, I actually started as a cook, or went to culinary school. I was never like a trained chef, but I started in food, and then I transitioned over to enjoying brewing more. So I wanted to bring those same concepts into the brewery. So when we started Little Fish, there were really no locally grown Ohio or Ohio grown products to be had for brewing,
right.
And they were just barely starting to come on the scene when we started. And we started supporting those businesses very heavily, and in that time, we've seen especially the grain and malting business and economy in Ohio really take off, and we're able to now source 95% of our grains from in-state, which is really cool to us.
That's wild.
It's cool both on this is cool, this is what we should be doing, but it also just it's exciting. It gets our creative juices flowing and all of that. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just that combo of seeing what's been done by people before us, wanting to grow off of that, just feeling very lucky to have grown up around here where that is an ethos, and I think it's one of the reasons why we've been accepted into the community very quickly here.
True.
And you're growing to date.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think another tenet of our business and why we're called Little Fish is that we wanted to always be great and not huge, and so we were kind of going off the instead of being a big fish in a small pond, the little fish in a big pond or whatever, and just enjoying. Some of our favorite other businesses are very small businesses, very unique businesses, and very unique to the location that they are in. So we don't just grow for the sake of growth, but we really were feeling a need to expand our operations, and Dayton's an underserved market, and there's a lot of reasons why it's a good decision for us, but we're really excited to go to Dayton and bring some of what we've been doing here to a larger metropolitan area, to do something that is a little bit fancier on the food and beer side. It'll still be very real, DIY grassrootsy, but we'll be able to go up just a notch in the level of cuisine that's served and the dining experience and whatnot. But what has to give you, this doesn't really pertain so much to sustainability, but the landscape of the beer industry has changed vastly over the last even 5 years. Since we started, there's double the amount of breweries, and we're up to 7,000 or 8,000 in the United States craft breweries. So the wholesale market is flooded right now, and going out and selling kegs of beer at a very, very low margin, and then also having to do the sales and do the distribution end, it's just not a very great way. It's not very easy to have any growth in that. And so I think we were just like, well, let's try another location, and let's get in a metropolitan area where we'll have access to more people, and also be able to like turn those people on, hopefully, to coming to Athens and checking us out here. So
That's cool. I like that too.
You have a huge number of beers, a lot. It seems like you have a lot on your chalkboard up there. How do you decide? How many do you have, and how do you decide when to change them out?
there's a lot of stuff. It's mostly just like, I mean, as a brewery can decide, you know, how creative and spontaneous they want to be with different things. I personally have a lot of ideas, a lot like a backlog of ideas most of the time, and just continually want to try new things. I'm inspired by other brewers or things that are completely not beer, or a specific new ingredient that I may find out about, or a silly name that I think of and work backwards to a beer concept. I mean, it could really be anything. So we just kind of like, we enjoy the variation, and I think we would feel a little stagnant if we only made like 6 beers, you know?
This conversation's kind of reminding me of like if you were, you know, like the headliner, or like the lead of a band, and you're like, yeah, I came up with this song concept, and then, you know, turned it into, you know what I mean? Like it's similar. Like you're kind of riffing off of this or that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and probably a lot of, you know, rock and roll bands get tired of playing like their same like 6 biggest like stadium hits. You know,
You've got it.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably still. I mean, I love like the core beers that we do, but I
For sure.
would be unsatisfied to not like continually be creating new things and improving on existing things.
Sure.
When did you put the solar panels on?
It was I want to say 2016,
It was
April
six-
2016.
16.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that we really wanted to do from day one, and then as you start realizing like the astronomical budget that it's going to take to start up a brewery, you realize that money's not going to exist. And so, yeah, it took you know, a year or so. I'd love to have more. I would love to already be putting more on the newer parts of the building, but it's going to take a while.
Well, Sean, I always thought, you know, from that 2016 investment that you made, like how incredibly forward-thinking it was at that time. You know, you were still, you know, a new business, kind of getting under your feet, and to just make that commitment at that point was huge. It really, I think, you were definitely one of the pioneers. And I know many breweries have gone solar. It makes a lot of sense. It's a high energy intensive operation. Your costs are pretty high, but this is a great way to offset it. So it was a really smart business decision, and you made it early, which I think, you know, is incredibly important for a lot of businesses to think about. You know, it was a good leap at the time. And yeah, whenever you're ready for round 2 and you want another REAP grant, like, give me a call.
Absolutely.
Around.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that it is just a really great like visual indicator to people, you know, just kind of what you're about to some extent.
Totally.
You know, if they come to your business and they see solar panels, like I think they know that you're invested to some extent in you know, sustainability and you know, maybe even saving some money. You know. Being self-sufficient. There's a lot of reasons for it beyond strictly sustainability.
And the EV charger.
Yeah, you also did the EV charger.
EV charger's nice, yeah.
What's your thought on that? Like, do you see a lot of people coming in using that? What, like, anecdotally, you know, has that been a business gain for you?
I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have the EV charger.
Mm-hmm.
Some people come and use it and have a beer, and you know, I don't think it really cost us that much, so it's kind of like a nice little thing to offer. It was really Jeff's idea from Third Sun, who Third Sun did our solar installation, and I mean, Jeff was here last night charging his car, so maybe he just wanted a free charging station for his car. I don't know. No.
Slightly self-serving, but still.
No, I think it's great. It's just one more thing that you can kind of have out in the parking lot, and you know, they made a sign that says, hey, you know, this is powered by solar, and it's just like another way to like let people know like what you're up to. So
definitely, I know it makes a difference. We have one of our one of our GeoTour folks out there right now charging, and that's how they're going to get home. So thank goodness for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting us.
Of course.
We will come back again. And thank you for your commitment, because small business is really the heart of all the good that is happening in terms of rural resources, climate action. Really a lot of it revolves around small business, and it's not always easy. Those aren't easy decisions, as Sarah said. So thank you.
Yes, thank you as well. And yeah, I agree. I feel that if we wait for government to legislate big major changes to alleviate climate change, it's going to be far too late. So people just have to start
Yeah.
like now.
Do what you can while you can.